Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day. I am Munirah Mohamad, and together with my co-author, Kofiza Muhammad Karim, we have come up with a paper to investigate the balancing between privacy and innovation, the legal challenges of agricultural drones in Malaysia. Now, what about the state of drone technology in agriculture? In fact, all technologies such as drones have come into many areas of life, one of which is agriculture. There have been a lot of technological advances that now use features such as an airborne platforms with advanced sensors coming together with the drones, for example, integrating AI and Internet of Things for smarter farming. The applications range from using crop for health assessment, precision application of inputs, as well as irrigation monitoring. Nevertheless, there have been a few challenges such as limited battery life, regulatory restrictions, and complex data processing requirements. Now, the monitoring, one of the purposes of drones used in agriculture is for monitoring of crop health and detecting diseases. Why? Because it comes with high-resolution imaging. Without the individual person need to go into the farm itself, they can just send drones to get a multispectral and hyperspectral sensors to provide detailed images so that disease can be detected much earlier and the crop can be assessed better. Okay. It also uses AI enhanced analysis so that the images can be identified for the purpose of damage or faulty plants more swiftly and accurately. Furthermore, drones are also used for wide area surveillance to enable rapid monitoring of large agricultural areas. Another purpose of using drones is for precision application and pest control. It provides for efficient spraying so that the sprays can allow the pesticides and fertilizers to be dropped precisely and quickly. It also supports environmental benefits such as for reduced pesticides can use lower costs and also minimize environmental impact. Also, drones are utilized for the purpose of accessing to difficult areas such as inaccessible regions so that they can ensure comprehensive pest control and treatment. Another purpose of drones used in agricultural sector is for the management of irrigation. It allows for remote sensing without being the individual being having to go there personally. Okay, it also integrates with Internet of Things so that it can allow for autonomous and continuous data acquisition for irrigation management, as well it supports for water efficiency. Now, there has also been use for the empirical decision making based on the data that can be collected using the drones. First, it supports real-time data. High-quality data can be obtained from the drones which we send flying over all the agricultural fields so that we can make more informed agricultural decisions. Now, with the integration of AI and IoT, it also enhances accuracy and precision in crop management. And finally, it also supports data-centric approach so that whatever decisions that we make thereafter can be relied upon based on the data that has been collected. Nevertheless, there have been some privacy concerns in agricultural drones usage. From the earlier slides, you can already see that there are numerous benefits and advantages of using drones in agriculture. However, there have been some privacy concerns. First is the issue of unauthorized data collection. Drones may be sent over areas, whether willfully or without any intention, to collect data unlawfully. This might raise privacy risks for the farmers. Now, what about the information that has already been collected by the drones? Personal and land data could be exploited without the consent of the farmers, without the consent of the landowners. for example. Now, there has also been regulatory gaps. For example, we currently have the Malaysian laws such as the Civil Aviation Authority of Malaysia regulations as well as the Personal Data Protection Act, which do not fully address these privacy challenges. Now, the current legal framework governing drones in Malaysia, as has been mentioned earlier, would be the Civil Aviation Authority of Malaysia regulations, which the primary purpose is to focus on operational safety and obligations of drone operators. Likewise, the Personal Data Protection Act, or commonly known as PDPA, it protects personal data, but it lacks specific provision for drone collected data. Therefore, there is a need for the updates of the legal framework. For example, the regulation must evolve to keep pace with technological advances and privacy concerns. Now, with the various privacy issues that has been mentioned in the earlier slide, there has been some impacts onto the farmers themselves. The privacy concerns, the farmers worry about their unauthorized data, unauthorized access, and the misuse of their data. Sometimes it also affects the perception and the adoption of drones by the farmers. The privacy fears might affect the farmers' attitudes and willingness to adopt drone technology. Therefore, based on the information that has been shared just now, there is a strong need for safeguarding of the privacy and security measures in order to build trust and encourage the use of technological drones in the agricultural sector. Some of the recommendations for legal reforms would include the explicit privacy protections. At the moment, there are no explicit provisions in order to protect the privacy of farmers, privacy of the land operators, landowners, with regards to the data that has been collected by the drones. We also need to refer to international best practices so that we can adopt a more comprehensive privacy guidelines that align with global standards. And another thing, we also need to come up with transparent regulations that we can so that can facilitate the proper implementation and clear data use policies as well as consent mechanism based on the data, based on the consent, based on the data subject as well as the data users. And finally, this could be a very important thing because from the education awareness aspect, it can change a lot of things. Therefore, it is highly important, highly pertinent to promote awareness and develop privacy-preserving technologies. Thank you so much for your kind attention.